Hello everyone and welcome to Rock and Register, a great event we're having here on the campus of Monmouth University today in the Plangere Center in the Monty television studio. But let's not forget that we're on the radio too, right Alyssa?
Yeah, we're actually being broadcast on WMCX 88.9 FM that reaches all the way through West Long Branch and the surrounding area. And you can hear us online too at WMCX.com, live streaming right through your iTunes.
Well, that is great because WMCX is my favorite radio station. Did you know that?
It should be. Mainly because I'm on it, but
it has literally no competition. Okay, so let's talk about why we're here today. We are here for two reasons. One, to give people the opportunity to register to vote, which is a very important thing. Because if you want your voice heard, the way it's going to be done is by voting in your local elections, voting in national elections, in regional elections, to make sure that what you want done with your country is going to have the best opportunity it has to get done. So, not only are we giving you the opportunity to register to vote, we're also going to talk to you about what you're going to be voting on in the upcoming election and talk about who you're going to be voting on. So not only can you be a voter, but you can be an educated voter too.
And I think that's the most important part because as a college student, most people are focused on their social life and classes and stuff like that, and you don't really take the time out to educate yourself in the election. So I think that's a great thing that we're going to be teaching everyone today. So that's pretty exciting.
I'm very excited about it. But did you know that young Latinos are the fastest, largest growing ethnic subset of voters, which I think is a very interesting thing that they are now growing to get their voices heard even more?
I actually didn't know that. That's a pretty interesting fact. And today, actually, early voting started in Illinois. I was born there, so I'm glad they're starting early.
Well, that's very interesting. I didn't know you were born in Illinois. I'm learning many things today, not just about voting. Okay, but here's an interesting fact. 28% of young voters identify as Republicans, which tells me that people are really taking things amongst themselves to go out, despite the fact that they might get help from their parents paying for college, they still want to identify as Republicans that are independent. Now, let's go here and send it over to the promo table right outside.
Hey guys, welcome to Rock and Register. We're here at the promotion table. My name's Gab DeCunto.
And I'm Rachel Gramulia, and we're going to help some students register to vote today. We have a great show planned for you guys.
I can't wait because I just came out and registered about 5 minutes ago, right before this show started. So I'm excited for the upcoming election for Obama and Romney to kind of brawl it out.
And we got some apple pie and
hot dogs.
Two
of the most American best foods, I guess you can say. So come out to Plangere Studio, get some free pie and free hot dogs, and come out and vote.
It's going to be a good time. And we're going to bring it back to Ray and Alyssa back in the studio. Take it away, guys.
Well, we're here back in the studio with Natalie Zeller, who is a freshman here, and she's going to play us some music. We are very excited to hear her music. She's even got some fans here, which is great as well. Now, Natalie, what style of music are you going to play, and what are you going to be playing for us today?
I'm very acoustic. I like to think that Sarah Bareilles is my idol, so I like to do a little bit of that. It's going to be all originals and one cover. So.
That sounds very interesting. Okay, so we're very excited to hear from Natalie today. It's going to be a great show. We're also going to have some other acoustic acts going on today, and one very special acoustic act at the very end that I know nobody here is going to forget, because it's going to be something that is going to be taking us back all the way through the history of America. So that's going to be very exciting. So definitely stick around for that. But Natalie, for right now, let's let you take this away and play us some great music. I'm very excited to hear it, and I know you're very excited to let everybody else hear it too.
Oh, yes.
So take it away and have a great time. We're very excited to listen to you.
Thank you so much. Hey, everybody.
Behind your little screen of lies, open up your eyes to see that I've tried. I have tried to reason with your twisted mind. No one can please you, that was easy to find. So say what you want, you won't say it to me. I'm tired of the stories and I'm tired the games. I wanna see you cry for me. Show me something real, hand over the controller, and stop being a bipolar. Bipolar. 3 years gone, wasted on you, but I'll be the one screaming shame on you. So say what you want, you won't say it to me. I'm tired of the stories and I'm tired of the games. I wanna see you cry for me. Show me something real, hand over the controller, and stop being a bipolar. Bipolar. Bye bye bipolar. Bye bye bipolar. Bye 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 bye. Bye bye bipolar. Bye bye bipolar. Bye 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 bye. Bye bye baby goodbye. Bye bye bipolar. Bye bye bipolar. Bye 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 bye. I'm tired of the stories. I'm tired of the games. I wanna see you cry for me. Show me something real, hand over the controller, and stop being a bye bye baby goodbye. Bye bye bipolar. Bye bye bipolar. Bye 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 bye. Bye bye baby goodbye. Thanks. You guys, fans, can clap and stuff, just so you know. So, thank you. So, yeah, so I write my own music. I'm a freshman here. I love it here at Monmouth. I came out here in the rain, so you should come out here in the rain and listen to some awesome music. So, this is another song of mine. This is brand new. This is called Keep It Simple. Hope you really like it. Accidents, coincidence. You like to call it destiny. Hazel eyes mixed with the green in mine, intertwined in the orange and the yellow of the fire that night. All I ask of now is let's keep it simple. Let's keep it fair, keep it strong, and make everyone stare. Let's keep laughing, and let's be free. Keep it any way you want to, baby, as long as you keep it. Distance, please make no difference, 'cause you've got your eyes on me. Just a stranger could mean danger. One spark, one kiss, one night together. All I ask of now is let's keep it simple. Let's keep it fair, keep it strong, and make everyone stare. Let's keep laughing, and let's be free. Keep it any way you want to, baby, as long as you keep it. Things can easily get complicated, twisted, crazy. I won't take it. I said no. I said let's keep it simple. I said let's keep it fair. Keep it strong. And make everyone stare. Let's keep laughing. And let's be free. Keep it anywhere you want to, baby, as long as you keep me, yeah, keep me. Keep it anywhere you want to, baby, as long as you keep it. Thank you. Now, I do songs on YouTube. I have a YouTube channel. Shameless plug. Check me out on YouTube. So there was this one time that someone was like, okay, well, you can sing, you can play guitar, but can you rap? And I was like, oh. Well, I could try. So this is what I came up with. You'll all know the song, don't worry. So feel free to dance wherever you are. Have fun. Here we go. This one is for the boys with the booming system, top-down AC with the coolest system. When he come up in the club, he be blazing up, got stacks on deck like he's saving up. Oh, 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 and he ill, he real, he might got a deal. He pop bottles and he got the right kind of bill. He cool, he dope, he might suck dope. He always in the air, but he never flies coach. He such a trip, sailor on the ship. When he make a kiss around the lip, that's the kind of dude I was looking for. And yes, to get slapped if you're looking. So I said, excuse me, you're a hell of a guy. I mean, you're my, like pelican fly. I mean, you're so shy, and I'm loving your tie. You're like bigger than the guy with that thing on his eye. Oh, yes, I did. Somebody please tell him who the F I is. I'm not Nicki Minaj, but I'm knocking dudes up. Back hoops up and chuck the deuce up. Boy, you got my heartbeat running away, beating like a drum, and it's coming your way. Can't you hear that boom, 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 bass? Yeah, super bass. Boom, 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 bass. Yeah, super bass. Boom, 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 boom. Can't you hear that boom, 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 bass? Yeah, super bass. Boom, 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 bass. This one is for the boys in the polos, entrepreneur fellas in the mogos. He get ball with the crew, he get solo, but I think I like him better when he dolo. And I think I like him better with the fitted cap on. He ain't even gotta try to put the Mac on. He just gotta give me that look. When he give me that look, then I'm going, gone. Oh, excuse me, you're a hell of a guy. You know, I really got a thing for American guys. I mean, you're shy, sticking in eyes. I can tell that you're in touch with your feminine side. Oh, yes, I did. Somebody please tell him who the F I is. I'm not Nicki Minaj, but I make them dudes up. Back hoops up and chuck the deuce up. Boy, you got my heartbeat running away, beating like a drum, and it's coming your way. Oh, you be like boom, 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 bass. Yeah, it's super bass. Boom, 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 bass. That's super bass. Boom, 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 boom. Did you hear that boom, 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 bass? Yeah, it's super bass. Boom, 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 bass. I need you in my life for me to stay. Oh, no, 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 you stay. Oh, no, 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 go away, away. Oh, you got that heartbeat running away. Don't you feel that heartbeat coming your way? Oh, it'd be like boom, 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 bass. Can't you hear that boom, 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 bass? Boy, you got my heartbeat running away, beating like a drum, and it's coming your way. Can't you hear that boom, 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 bass? That super bass, boom, 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 bass. Can't you hear that boom, 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 bass? That super bass, boom, 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 bass. So that was my attempt. Okay, now back to my music, because I'm not Nicki Minaj, clearly.
So this song is called Stand. I wrote it about a dude that screwed me over, so peace out, bro. Hope you like it. Here we go. Took a little too long, he was a little too late. He'll regret not being there when her heart was there to take. She was an independent girl with a future in her hands. She's been through so much worse, but there's only so much she can stand. And she's been there. She's always been there. And she'll be there. She's ready to say, let's start all over, start all over. I wanna start all over, start all over. I wanna. That our friends can say is forget about him now. Is ain't worth all the pain, but you can't think of how to forget about the laughs or even the tears. But what keeps her hanging on is he said I'll be here, and he's been there. He's always been there, yeah, yeah. She needs him there. She's ready to say, let's start all over, start all over. I wanna start all over, start all over. I wanna, don't wait too long. I'll be gone. Don't wait too long. 'Cause I'll be gone. You'll be gone. I'll be gone. You'll be gone. He took a little too long, he was a little too late. But who cares about the time, as long as there's a change. She was an independent girl with a future in her hands. And this she can't stand. Thank you. How am I doing on time?
Good.
Good.
You still got time. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So, all right, I think I'm a little ahead of myself, so I'm gonna play another one. This is again one of my songs. I have 10 minutes. Wow. I did play fast. Okay, I can play more than 2 more songs. All right. 'Cause I don't know any jokes, so. All right. So this is probably the most Taylor Swifty song I've ever written in my life. And I swore to myself I'd never do this because I hate girly stuff like that. And then I wrote this and I was like, it's girly. But I hope you really like it. This is called What If I. Sounds girly already, doesn't it? I've started writing a book with your name on the cover. It's all the simple little things I never got answered. Like, how did we meet again? And what's your middle name? What's your favorite color? And will we ever be the same? Ooh. questions continue on and on. Like, what if I need you? Would you even care? And what if I can't hold on without you there? And what if I told you, but I was too afraid? Would you let me run away from you, or make me stand in front of you? What if I, what if I, what if I? What do you want to be when you grow up? And what's your motivation when times get rough? Who's your favorite superhero? And what makes you smile? Am I too much to handle? Or can I stick around for a while? Questions continue on and on. Like, what if I need you? Would you even care? And what if I can't hold on without you there? What if I told you, but I was too afraid? Would you let me run away from you, or make me stand in front of you? What if I, what if I, what if I? So I'll write them down, so my mind won't wander around. Like, what if I need you? Would you even care? What if I can't hold on without you there? And what if I loved you, but I was too afraid? Would you let me run away from you, or would you answer me? Oh, what if I need you? Would you even care? And what if I can't hold on without you there? And what if I told you, but I was too afraid? Would you let me run away from you, or make me stand in front of you? What if I, what if I, what if I? This audience is too quiet for me. Tisk tisk. All right, so I'll do another cover really quick, and then I'll do my last one. Awesome. Okay, so I played a Taylor Swift song, so I might as well play a Taylor Swift song. You know, normal, casual. So this is Mean by Taylor Swift. Here we go. You. I mean, I could know the words. That would be cool. What's the first line of that song again? You with your what? Words like knives, there we go. You with your words like knives and swords and weapons that you use against me. You have knocked me off my feet again. It's like feeling like I'm nothing. You with your voice like nails on a chalkboard, calling me out when I'm wounded. You picking on the weaker man. Well, you can take me down with just one single blow. But you don't know what you don't know. Someday I'll be living in a built city, and all you're ever gonna be is mean. Someday I'll be a big and a steel cannon, me, and all you're ever gonna be is mean. Why you gotta be so mean? You, with your switching sides and your walk by lies and your humiliation, you pointing out my flaws again as if I don't already see them. I walk with my head down, trying to block you
out, 'cause I'll never impress you. I just wanna feel okay again. I bet you got pushed around, somebody made you cold, but the cycle ends right now, 'cause you can't lead me down that road, and you don't know what you don't know. Someday I'll be living in a built city, and all you're ever gonna be is me. Someday I'll be big enough so you can't hit me, and all you're ever gonna be is me. Why you gotta be so mean? Yeah, I can see years from now in a bar, talking over a football game with that same all-out opinion, but nobody's listening, hooked up and ranting about the same old bitter things, drunk and grumbling on about how I can't sing, but all you are is mean. Yeah, all you are is mean, and a liar, and pathetic, and alone in life, and mean, and mean, and mean, and mean. Yeah, someday I'll be living in a built city, and all you're ever gonna be is me. Someday I'll be big enough so you can't hit me, and all you're ever gonna be is me. Why you gotta be so mean? All right, I have 2 minutes left. I'm gonna try to do this as fast as I can. This is my song, Bluebird. Thank you very much for listening to me. I love you, Monmouth. Here we go. It's easy to say goodbye when no one's heart is on the line. I'll see you in a while, but now look at the time. It's 9:15, and I'm running behind. I love you, babe, and you'll be alright. You'll be alright, yeah, right. Why is it oh so different this time? I don't care about making these damn words rhyme. I want you to know that these words are no one's but mine. So just listen to the bluebird sing. Carefully don't miss a thing. She'll sing for you anytime you need to. She'll sing it real soft and sweet for you. Listen to her song and you will know. You'll feel it in your chest and you sing along. Oh, she'll make you sing, oh. The bluebird wants to fly away. The bluebird wants freedom, so let her fly. Let her fly. Ooh, let her fly. And let her sing, ooh. 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 Ooh. Yeah, just listen to the bluebird sing. Carefully don't miss a thing. She'll sing for you anytime you need her to. She'll sing it real soft and sweet for you. Full version's on YouTube. Thank you very much. Have a good night.
Zeller, and for all of you out here that want to find her, she is on YouTube, and she's one of my DJs on WMCX, so definitely check her out there because she's awesome on the air, almost as awesome as she is in person. But so since you write your own songs, where do you get your inspiration from?
Mostly just, should I talk to the mic?
You can talk in this one. That's cool.
Okay.
Whichever you want.
Cool. Mostly experiences that have gone on in my life, experiences that have gone on in my friends' lives, family lives, things like that. It's all personal, so.
That's very cool. Well, the guy that screwed you over is going to be kicking himself for that one once you become more famous than Nicki Minaj and Sarah Bareilles. So you're way beyond that, so I could definitely see that. So have you voted yet, or is this your first election that you're going to be voting in?
This is going to be my first election, and I'm really excited.
That's awesome. So for all you first-time voters out there, follow her lead, and you better vote this year. But let's see. So since it is your first election, are you excited? Are you nervous? What are you thinking?
I'm a little nervous because I got to do a little bit more research, but I'm definitely really excited because I finally get my voice heard. So,
well, now we're going to throw it back to Ray. He's interviewing the Monmouth County Clerk, Claire French, outside. So this is Natalie Zeller. Check her out.
Okay, now we're back with Monmouth County Clerk Claire French here, and she was gracious enough to come out today and talk about the voter process. So a majority of the students here are not registered to vote in Long Branch, but what can they do to still get their voice heard?
If they don't live in Long Branch, they can't get a Long Branch ballot. And by live in Long Branch, I mean, is that their primary residence? If they're a student here, but they came from another part of the state, or another part of the county, or another state, that's their primary residence, and that's the ballot that they'll need.
Okay, so what goes into creating the yes or no questions on the ballot that you'll find to be able to vote on?
Well, it depends on what level of government is. If it's a local question, it's voted on by the governing body that can take action on whatever the question it is. If it's a county question, it has to be a question that the governing body of the county can take action on, or the state or the federal government. The same thing applies.
Okay, well, that's good to know. So why should people care about voting in these local elections and not just the presidential elections?
Well, in Monmouth County, I can tell you that there have been several elections where the election itself was decided by one vote. We've also had ties, and it's taught us that one vote makes such a difference. It doesn't matter whether it's a question, it doesn't matter what level of government, every single vote is critically important.
Well, that's very interesting because there's a lot of people that do think, oh, what's it matter if thousands of people are voting because there's going to be a big difference. That's good to know that you never know. Even with thousands of people voting, it could still be a tie, and that one vote really does make all of the difference. So what are some of the topics or issues that might come up in this year's local elections?
Well, it could be a question that's a local question. For instance, should the government go to a scavenger for garbage removal, or should the town continue doing it themselves? Should they bond for something specific, a new park or an improvement in the town? All kinds of questions that the governing body can act on can be on the ballot.
Okay, and now the county clerk is an elected position, much like a town council person or an assemblyman, but the role that you play is significantly different. What are some of the issues that you handle that come directly to your office that wouldn't go to an assemblyman or a town councilman?
Mm-hmm. Well, as clerk of elections, I have the responsibility to prepare the ballot and also to count those votes on election night. And I have given every municipal clerk, all 53 in our county, a laptop and a cartridge reader so that no one knows the results of that election before anyone else. I link it to the internet in real time, and you can see how the results are going. They're still not official because there could be emergency ballots or paper ballots that will come in over the next couple of days.
Okay, so how do you know that the votes then become official? Once these votes are counted and the process has gone through, what makes these votes official that you can finally say, okay, here's the winner of the election?
It means that all the absentee, or what we now call vote-by-mail ballots, have been tallied. Every ballot has been accounted for, and it becomes official. We then have the Board of Canvassers that certify that it's official.
Okay, now, Mrs. French, we have somebody over here who just registered to vote recently, Gab, but Gab is going to come over and talk about what she did this afternoon to register to vote. We hope that you can help her go through this process so that we know everything that's going to take place when you register to vote. That way, everybody here today knows exactly what they're doing. They don't get any surprises because, of course, we don't want to mess up because we want your voice heard. So, Gab, let me hand this to you so you can go through this process that you did this afternoon.
Thank you so much, Ray. Actually, Miss French, I actually registered to vote about 2 minutes before the show, and what I wanted to ask you is how exactly do you go, and I want you to actually go through the process with me, exactly what I did before.
Well, if you are 18 years of age by the date of the election, you can vote. you can actually register at 17, as long as by 18, you are 18 by election day. Now, there are several different ways to vote because you can vote by mail. And you go to visit Monmouth.com and you can download a form and register. But the first time that you vote, then you have to show some personal ID so they know that it's you. Or you can actually, if you know how you want to vote, and you may be traveling, you can come to my office any day right now. If you know how you're going to vote for all those offices, and this year, remember, it's the school board elections, as well as municipal, congressional, county, and presidential. If you know how you're going to vote, why not come and vote in person?
I agree 100%. Now, you mentioned the ID. If you don't have an ID on you, how else can you actually vote? Because I know I didn't have my driver's license on me, so I had to do something else. Can you explain what you can do instead of that?
Well, you will need an official identifier, and that could be your birth certificate, it could be your driver's license, it could be anything that shows your official age, especially a government-issued document.
Okay. All right. Rach, you want to ask
And
one?
I actually have some questions for you. What are some of the deadlines for the applications? You know, like when are they due by?
Well, you can register up until the 16th of October. So you need to, if you're thinking of voting in this year, and I sure hope everybody is, they better hustle.
Of course. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Do you feel that younger voters should come out and vote more? Because I feel like I always get heard that younger voters, 18-year-olds, and usually maybe 18 to 22-year-old range. Do you feel like not enough of them come out to vote? Do you feel like more younger people should come out?
Oh, absolutely, because this is the world that you're going to inherit. You should have a voice in how it's run, whether it's a federal government, the state, or local. It's going to be your life, and you need to know that you have a role in deciding it.
You're absolutely right. I agree.
And what do you say for people who believe that like their vote won't count in the long run?
Well, again, we had experience here in Monmouth County 3 times already that it was either a tie or they won the vote by 1 vote. So I can tell you locally, 1 vote makes all the difference in the world.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
Yeah, you're right. That absolutely does too. Now, do you think age 18 is a good age to have people vote? I know it's like the adult age and stuff, but I mean, there's some controversy about that. So what do you think?
Well, I think 18 is an excellent age because look at you. You're active students here. You're learning more about the world, so you should have a voice in it if you're learning about it. And you certainly have matured. You're on your own for many of your decisions in life, and this should be one of those important ones.
I agree. Anything, Rach?
What would you say to the people who simply believe that they just hate politics?
Well, I can understand that because every once in a while there is a politician that is dishonest. And unfortunately, it ruins the reputation for everyone. I think you should get to know the people that are in office. You should ask questions of them. You should hold them accountable. And I think we're very fortunate here in Monmouth County because I think we have all very honorable elected officials. But that can change in a moment. So stay tuned, ask questions, take a part in deciding the honesty of these people. And if they're not honest, in your opinion, well then show them the door.
Okay, well thank you so much, Ms. Friends, for coming today here at Monmouth University in the Plangere Center. We're really grateful that you came to join us. Now we're going to take it to Ray back in the studio with the panel on hot topics. Take it away, Ray.
Well, guys, I am here with Professor Bordelon and Liz Anderson, and we have a panel here in which we're going to talk about some very important issues here that are going to be discussed and voted upon in the next election. And, of course, the 2 candidates, all the presidential candidates, of course, will have a say in how they feel about these issues. So let's get all of the issues out on the table now. Now, first, student loans and education. That's a huge one, of course, for students here at Monmouth University, whether they get financial aid or whether they get scholarships. Now, what can you tell us about the federal student loan program and how it affects college students and recent college grads?
Well, I think if we start off generally, student aid or any sort of aid has to derive in large part from the states. So when we get a political statement from the candidates for presidency saying, I promise to increase student aid, I promise to give that power to the states, it's really a question of what that relationship is between the federal government and the states through mainly something called a block grant or a federal grant. I think what's important for voters, particularly at the age of 18 and 22, is what exactly are those federal officers going to do with those grants. Beyond that, it would be, I think, incumbent on the voters to pressure the candidates to actually get to that point. Go beyond the point of the promise and say, what exactly are you going to do with the grant power? You'll probably see that happening with some of the swing states.
Well, it's very interesting because there's two ways that some people talk about this going, and one is keeping the aid coming from the government, but the other is maybe getting the aid from big banks. Now, Liz, you're a student. When you think of getting loans and paying for college, what kinds of ways would you like to get aid, and what do you think is the best way for you to receive the money that you need to go to school?
Well, I really think that the government should provide a stimulus and incentives for children and students and young adults to be able to go to college. And if they're not supporting us, then I don't know how certain people will be able to want to go to college. If they offer opportunities, we're going to grasp them. And I think in the future it would help the country in the long run if the government supplied federal aid.
Okay. Now, Professor Bordelon, how has the Obama administration changed the federal student loan program?
I think that's one of the big platforms for the incumbent this time, is to say, I need more time to be able to develop some of those things. That's both, I think, a blessing and a bane for an incumbent, is that it's very difficult to create a long-standing financial decision. If you look to the Clinton administration, there were some similarities with that, and he did successfully get some economic plans in his second term. But I agree with Liz to the extent that the private sector does at some point have to be involved with helping students out in that regard.
Now, real quickly, do you think that this topic gets enough attention in the current election?
I would say, unfortunately, no. I think, though, as we get closer to the election, you'll see a focus on some swing states and particular age groups where you may get some visibility from the candidates.
Yeah, I agree. I really think it's an important topic. I mean, it really deals with the next generations of leaders in our country. And I think a lot of times candidates, they feel that the youth vote isn't important or it's not significant. But I think they should really speak more to students who could swing the election either way. So,
Liz, are you concerned that maybe your voice as a student isn't heard enough?
sometimes, I feel like maybe they could pay more attention to the youth and what the youth want, but I think maybe as we get closer to the election and issues get more specific, that it may be addressed.
Now, a big thing, I'm sure, is not only paying for school and getting those loans, but after school, getting the job to be able to pay those loans back. So we have a tough economy right now that's on the mind of a lot of different people. So how has there been a change, or has it pretty much stayed the same since the Obama administration has took office? Do you think that economy is better now for someone like you to be able to get the job after you graduate?
Well, I don't really know if it's necessarily better, but I think reforms take time. So I think anything that Obama has done, it will take years to be able to see the effects of it. I also think that he's really doing the best that he can to try to create jobs, and a lot of times it has to do with outside forces, that the president or the federal government even, it's beyond their control.
How significant of a role do you think that jobs and job creations will play in this election?
Going to be the biggest, or at least in my opinion, it has to be. We're coming off of the greatest economic recession in this country's history since the Great Depression. And again, this is something that has to be systemic and take time for it to develop. But people are hurting, and they want to know exactly what the chief executive will do. Although I will say in defense of the chief executive that it's really the coalescence of all the institutions of government, particularly the Congress, to see what will happen.
Do you think that the results and the efforts that the Obama administration has put in is going to help or hurt this current election?
I really think it will help. I mean, it's tough because you don't really see the immediate results. So in that sense, if people are just looking at the state of the economy and the job market right now, it can hurt. But the thing is, I feel as if the policies of Mitt Romney, supply-side economics, cut taxes, keep the Bush tax cuts, that's been tried before, and it's kind of proven to a fault. So I think if people kind of stick with Obama, they might be able to see change soon.
Now, how about on the other side? What do you think would be a part of Governor Romney's plan that would be good to help create jobs and, stimulate the economy?
I think broadly speaking, Governor Romney wants to increase the role of the private sector in job creation. I know that he's made a quite controversial comment that was released to the airwaves a couple of weeks ago about that, but the privatization of some of the enterprise that would stimulate job growth is, I believe, what he does. That will substantially impact fiscal policy as well.
Okay, so part of President Obama's campaign last year was to reduce the deficit in half during his time in office. Now, how do you think that's going?
Well, clearly, I mean, the thing is, a lot of it comes down to Congress. And I really think it's important almost for both candidates to express efficiency in trying to cut the deficit and to be able to get Congress to work with them instead of against them. And I think a lot of times maybe both candidates should just try to be a little more bipartisan and go to the middle than try to gain votes by going to opposite ends of extremes.
Now, there's a lot of different things that have caused some controversy, and there's a lot of different things that are, if you're Republican, you're completely on one side, and you're Democrat, you're completely on the other. And I think one of those is certainly gay marriage. It's been something that's been talked about a lot. It's caused controversy in both the campaigns from both candidates. Now, President Obama became the first president to support gay marriage. Will this help or hurt him in this election?
That's going to be an interesting question, because I think the bigger question you have to understand, and what I try to impress upon my students, that this decision, if it goes before the Supreme Court, is going to be the Baker versus Carr of this generation, or the Brown versus Board. He has to take a principled stand on this, and that's probably beyond politics. Unfortunately, with how divisive our electorate is, that principled stand possibly could cause him some votes.
Okay. Now, Governor Romney has stated that he is against gay marriage, and some recent articles, though, show that the Republican Party is changing its views on the topic. Now, if Mitt Romney decides that he may start to change his views on gay marriage, do you think that will make him a more attractive candidate to a liberal voter?
I think definitely. It's amazing because the percentage rates of people who support gay marriage keep going up and up and up. I mean, from 2008 to 2011 alone, it jumped in a 11% increase of support. Now, 48% of the country supports gay marriage, and I feel like a lot of times, if you're gay or you support LGBT and you hear a candidate, even if you agree with them economically, if they tell you you're basically not an equal citizen, you're not going to want to vote for them no matter what. And I feel like if he loosens up on his social policies a little bit, he may be able to sway some votes.
Okay, well, that's very interesting. Now, as we review both candidates and we think about different things in the election, what do you think will be the most substantial subject to come up that will sway the most voters over the course of the rest of the campaign?
I think personally it's going to be jobs. It's going to be jobs, particularly for this voting age group. As a pre-law advisor, I see it. I see students concerned about what am I going to do with my degree, what's going to happen. So it has to be about the economy and jobs.
How about you, Liz?
Yeah, you know, I mean, I think every other topic, foreign policy, social policy, I think it's of the moment, and week by week it kind of changes on which is the swaying one. But at the end of the day, it's the economy that needs to be fixed.
Well, thank you guys both so much for coming and enlightening us on these subjects. We really appreciated it. Now we're going to send it back over to Alyssa on the music set, who is going to introduce our next musician. Alyssa?
Hi, guys. How are you? I'm here with Justin Engel, and he's going to play a little bit for you guys today. Now, Justin, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I started playing guitar about maybe 8 years ago. I'm not really much of a singer, so we'll see how it goes.
Well, hopefully that'll work out. But so we're going to hear a little bit from Justin, and then I'm going to talk to him a little bit after the set. So take it away. Enjoy yourself.
I once had a girl, or should I say, she once had me. She showed me her room, isn't it good, a Norwegian wood. She told me to sit anywhere. So I looked around and I noticed there wasn't a chair. I sat there with her, biding my time, drinking her wine. We talked until 2, and then we said, it's time for bed. She told me she woke in the morning and started to laugh. Told her I didn't and crawled off to sleep in the bath. And when I awoke, I was alone, this bird had flown. So I lit a fire, isn't it good, Norwegian wood. I need my harmonica for this next one. You used to sit and wonder why, baby, if you don't know by now. And it ain't no use to sit and wonder why, baby, it'll never do somehow. When your rooster crows at the break of dawn, look out your window and I'll be gone. You're the reason I'll be traveling on. Don't think twice, it's alright. Turning on your light, baby, the light I never knowed. And it ain't no use in turning on your light, baby, on the dark side of the road. I wish that there was something you could do or say to try and make me change my mind and stay. We never did too much talking anyway. Don't think twice, it's alright. And it ain't no use calling out my name, gal, like you never done before. And it ain't no use calling out my name, gal, I can't hear you anymore. I'm thinking and wondering, walking down the road. I once loved a woman, a child I'm told. She wanted my heart and I gave her my soul. Don't think twice, it's alright. So long, honey, baby, where I'm bound, I can't tell. Goodbye's too good a word, baby, so I'll just say fare thee well. I ain't saying you treated me unkind, could have done better, but I don't mind. You just kinda wasted my precious time. Don't think twice, it's alright.
I just want to remind everybody that we're at Rocket Register here in Plangere at the HawkTV studio. So definitely, kind of try and squeeze through without hitting your guitar. Definitely come to Plangere and check it out. There's free food. We're grilling outside. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on in the lobby. We're also being broadcast live on WMCX 88.9 FM, which streams all through West Long Branch. So keep it locked here at Rocket Register. And whenever you're ready.
Loneliness, your lips and the 2 corners of your eyes into my pocket. Well, the train skates into Port Henry late Sunday. Sometimes when I'm riding high, feeling fine, you know there's something troubling you, troubling my mind. So I reach into my pocket for some small change. Reach into my pocket for some small change. Like iron, blood like mercury. So I can tell you when I'm rising and when I'm sinking in. I'm sinking in, sinking in. Hey, let's drink from the cup and share some love. Go ahead and laugh, 'cause it don't cost much. No, no, don't cost much. Hey, let's drink from the cup and share some love. Go ahead and laugh, 'cause it don't cost much. No, no, don't cost much. I reach into my pocket for some small change. I reach into my pocket for some small change.
I'm going to try and play the song I just practiced this morning. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life you were only waiting for this moment to arrive. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these sunken eyes and learn to see. All your life you were only waiting for this moment to be free. Blackbird fly, blackbird fly into the light of the dark black night. Blackbird fly, blackbird fly into the light of the dark black night. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these sunken eyes and learn to see. All your life you were only waiting for this moment to be free. You were only waiting for this moment to be free. You were only waiting for this moment to be free. The night when there's no direct light and a thin veil of clouds keeps the stars out of sight. I can smell the colors outside on my lawn, moss green organic that my feet tread upon, and the black oleander surrounded by blues. I get so overwhelmed by all the factory hues, mild factory hues. Factory hues, mild factory hues. All right, I didn't plan for another song, but I'll just play one from memory. So. How many roads must a man walk down before you call him a man? How many seeds must the white dove sing before she sleeps in the sand? Yes, and how many times must the cannonballs fly before they are forever banned? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. How many times can a man look up before he can see the sky? Yes, and how many ears must one man have before he can hear people cry? Yes, and how many deaths will it take till he knows that too many people have died? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. How many years can a mountain exist before it is washed to the sea? How many years can some people exist before they're allowed to be free? Yes, and how many times will it take till they know that too many people have died? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind.
All right, here we go. This is a song by Dispatch. I'm going to see if I can remember all the lyrics. Here I come one more time, but she slides on by. Not even a second look, she took the bait right off of that hook. I got my blinders on tight. Pull my cap a little lower, I can hide away. Maybe I'll try to say another time. I gotta find a way to get inside your mind. I'll talk smooth, walking one step closer. Be real cool, dang real cool. Say what you want, say what you mean. Question yourself, are you really what you seem? Say who you are, say what you mean. Question yourself, are you really what you dream? Here I come one more time. She slides on by. Not even a second look, she took my bait right off of that. I got my blinders on tight. Pull my cap a little lower. I wanna hide away. I really don't wanna fall back, because you don't seem like you'd care if I would fall back. You don't seem like you'd care. You don't seem like you'd care. And if I would fall back, you don't seem like you'd care.
That was Justin Angle. So now we're going to talk to him a little bit. So I know that you said you played guitar for 8 years. How'd you start playing?
My grandfather was the first person to give me a guitar for Christmas. And after that, I started taking lessons, like private lessons. And I stopped taking lessons maybe 2 or 3 years ago and just kept practicing by myself ever since.
That's really cool. I used to play guitar when I was younger, so I know how hard it is. So I give you a lot of credit for doing it by yourself. But so are you from around here? Do you go to Monmouth?
No, I don't. I'm actually from Long Valley. One of my friends told me about this happening, so I decided to sign up to play.
That's very cool. So someone that doesn't go to Monmouth for a change, which is interesting. So how do you like the campus since you don't go here? Do you like it here so far?
I've been here a couple times because my friend goes here. And yeah, it's a nice campus.
Awesome. So have you voted before? Is this your first election that you're going to be voting in?
No, I voted in the 2008 election when I was in college in Massachusetts. Of course, I voted for Obama, so I'll be doing the same thing this year.
Well, that's very cool to know. I'm a big fan of the big O man over here. But so tell me a little bit about your first time voting. Was it stressful? Was it exciting? What was going through your head when you first went into the booth?
From what I remember, it wasn't really that stressful. It was exciting because obviously there's a big hype about Obama at the time. I remember, from what I can remember, almost everyone I knew voted for the same person.
Well, that's very cool. We're going to send it over to Gab outside, and this is Justin Angle. Thanks for checking us out.
Hey guys, we're here in Plangere in the lobby. We're going to talk with Nash Wiener. We decided to change location a little bit, and Nash here is going to tell us about his hot dog grilling duties. So what's it like grilling all the hot dogs here for today?
It's great. I mean, it's a great cause that we're out here for today, getting people to sign up to vote. Grilling some hot dogs. Everyone should come down, get some hot dogs, sign up to vote.
Now, Nash, are you registered to vote?
I am currently not registered to vote, actually.
That's actually very disappointing considering we're maybe about not even 10 feet, 5 feet away from each other, trying to promote people to register to vote. So you should really go over there and register.
I'll go over there right after this.
So what made you want to come out to be our hot dog guy for today?
I mean, it's just a great cause today. I mean, getting people to register to vote is just awesome. And I mean, they need someone to grow hot dogs, and I have experience. So I said, why not?
Seriously, why not?
Why not? Why not grill some hot dogs? You should definitely make your way over there, and it's really easy to fill out. Easy application, doesn't take a lot of time either.
So we're going to throw it back to Ray in the studio right now for panel 2. Take it away, Ray.
And we are here back at the panel set where we are going to talk a little bit about clean energy, which is a very important thing because, as we all know, there is a huge movement right now to go to clean energy, and there's a lot of people that hold that in very high regard. So let's talk about it. We have some friends here, and we're going, so guys, talk to us about our energy policies as they exist right now, and where do we in the U.S. get the majority of our energy from?
Well, right now we are we get the majority from of our energy from from drilling, from foreign imports from Mexico and Canada. I believe those are the most where we get most of our oil from, our crude oil. But we also get oil from the OPEC countries. But the clean energy policies that we have, or we've been starting to put into effect, there are a number of tax incentives. I know the Obama administration has set standards for fuel emission on a lot of cars now, and there'll be a standard for which they need to meet in terms of emissions and gas mileage by a certain year in the near future.
How important is it that you think we move the energy that we take from the international market back here right in, from America, and that we start creating most of our energy on our own?
Well, I think it's pretty important considering the state of the economy to talk about jobs, but it's always good for a country to use the resources they have rather than depend on other people for their energy.
It's really a matter of investing in clean energy, though. I mean, we've been importing oil forever, I mean, for the longest time, and it's really not going to be economically efficient anymore. I mean, we need to invest in things, not things that'll damage our environment or put, our lands at risk, but things that will create jobs and be sustainable.
Renewable.
And renewable more than anything else. Yeah.
Yeah, well, a big thing we were talking about in a panel before this was job creation and what kind of an impact that will have on the upcoming election. Do you think that if a candidate can give a better plan to not only create good, green, renewable energy, but also show how he is going to be able to create jobs while doing that, and through this new energy, that will give him a big leg up?
It's hard to say because you can force corporations to go to green energy, but that also will change how they run their budgets. So if you're trying to create jobs and force them to go to like solar energy or something, they have to put some of their investment into using those kinds of energy sources and denying them from their own, which could also cause them to maybe lay off people in order to go outreach that new incentive. So you'd have to give them some kind of subsidy, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I think that's the main. I mean, that's the main divide. It seems to be with the two candidates now. I mean, the Romney campaign, their position on energy is to remove some of these restrictions on drilling and harnessing some of the energy like natural gas in the country to create jobs, to create immediate jobs and try to get the economy out of the state it's in. That'll work to create jobs, which may or may not be permanent, but that really won't solve our renewable energy problem. We're going to be dependent on finite resources for the long haul.
Yeah, a huge problem is that a lot of the times when we look at other solutions, we don't take into account the externalities that could have like terrible effects just with one accident, like with nuclear, the earthquake in Japan. It's just an unforeseeable thing that once it happens, we have to deal with it and put all of our resources into fixing it.
Now, when talking about this energy, the Democrats and the Republicans also have two different stands on it. Now, when it comes to developing it, that's a whole nother story. But let's talk about when it's all said and done. What is the end-all, be-all plan that the Democrats have? So when we are done developing this green energy, what do they want to have as options for the citizens to use as different forms of energy?
Like, are you talking about specific examples of green energy?
Yes. So, for instance, how are we going to improve our oil, but also at the same time, are we going to have new options? I know we develop solar a lot. We develop wind power a lot. How about things
I think
like that?
if you're talking in terms of oil, I guess, like alternatives to oil, you can look at a lot of ethanol. People are talking about ethanol in terms of it's a renewable source. It comes from sugarcane. And if an example,
corn, yeah, or corn.
But the sugarcane is more efficient. Right. And if you look at a country like Brazil, that's a country that almost all of their vehicles run on sugarcane, and they just find more oil. It's just a good situation for them because they could sell the oil, use the sugarcane, and it's renewable and much, much more clean in terms of the environment.
Right. I mean, it's hard to say that there's going to be an end-all now because we're kind of just experimenting with different resources, whether we're going to put grant money or tax incentives into solar power or to wind power. We don't really know which horse to bet on yet, but I mean that's the important thing, that we need to keep funding these programs and we need to keep spending and making it appealing for companies to start investing in it, to start using them, because if we can't wane ourselves off of fossil fuels, then we're not going to progress in terms of energy.
Well, guys, I thank you so much for joining us today and enlightening us a little bit about this very important subject. Now we have Alyssa over on the main set right over here with Dr. Patton, and they have some things that they want to talk about as well.
Hey guys, it's Alyssa here, and I'm here with Dr. Joseph Patton. He's the chair of the Department of Political Science and Sociology, an associate professor of political science, and the advisor to the Political Science and Debate Club, which is very cool. So we're going to start off with the interview. So first, let's talk about the different political parties. What are the major differences between the Republican and Democrat parties?
Hi, Alyssa. How are you? Thanks, first of all, to the Department of Communication and the TV and radio station for rocking the vote. There's a lot of people out there trying to block the vote, so it's all the more important that we do this here today. I guess to sum it up, the Republican Party essentially, ideologically, tend to oppose government regulation over business or the economy and believe that government should promote the moral climate in society. Whereas maybe Democrats or liberals, if you were to go to the liberal wing, might think that government has a proactive role to play in the development of the economy, and then are more inclined to think government should stay out of our personal lives in terms of like same-sex marriage or pro rights issue and pro-life. Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people don't really know the details about the parties, so I think that that's really important to break down the two and kind of see what the differences are. Now, are there any major third parties that will play a role in this year's election, whether it be a voter party that could take votes away from the two major parties, or even a political third party that may take the election by storm and surprise us all?
Well, it of course happened in 2000 when Ralph Nader essentially kind of joined in, and that most people believe kind of hurt Al Gore and might have helped George W. Bush win the presidency in 2000. Ross Perot was in the election of '92. There's Gary Johnson, who's a libertarian candidate. There's some who speculate that if Mitt Romney doesn't do particularly well or is not very popular with Republicans or conservative voters, that some might go more toward the libertarian candidate, but not expected to get a big chunk of the vote.
Okay, I mean, that's good to know as well. Third parties are a factor that people also don't consider. But let's talk about student voters. Why do you think it's important for students to get involved in the election and vote, especially this year?
Well, young people have made a big impact, particularly in 2004 and in 2008, and really for the first time moved the national election. Barack Obama is president of the United States today because of young people, and really for the first time in American political history, young people essentially beat old people in terms of moving the national electorate. And largely because of that, there are some efforts underfoot in about 20 states specifically. While we're here today to try to rock the vote, there are people out there who are trying to block the vote, and specifically targeting minorities and young people in college age, specifically by asking for IDs that a lot of states now, not in New Jersey fortunately, but won't take college IDs as a form of identification, and requiring a driver's license or a special state-sponsored photo ID. A lot of young people, surprisingly, particularly in urban areas, don't have a driver's license, and in some respect, in some states would have to go and pay $35 or maybe travel pretty far off to kind of buy this thing. And history shows us, and we know the Voting Rights Act improves on this, that when you put up any kind of barriers to voting, it works, and it dampens voting turnout. And so this is something, let me just say one thing too. I think that while Watergate was certainly a travesty in the sense that there's some trying to subvert American democracy by one political campaign essentially sabotaging another campaign, what's happening now in 2012 is far worse, because what's happening right now is there's some who are trying to subvert American democracy by essentially taking away from some Americans the most basic of all rights, and that is the right to vote. And that's just un-American, and so that concerns me a lot.
Right. I mean, that's the main reason why we're doing Rock and Register, because your right to vote is really important, and we encourage all college students, even if you're not in college and you're in the area, to definitely come down to Plangere and check it out. Even if it's not here, definitely register to vote. But I want to ask you a little bit about the Political Science Club. What do you guys do on campus to help make students more aware about politics and the upcoming election?
Yeah, there's a lot of people, like the good people in the TV and radio and communication, and also in the Political Science Club, who are doing a lot of kind of rock the votes that will be going on through the Stand Up and Be Counted program. There will be some speakers also coming to campus. The deadline to register to vote is the 16th. On election night, everyone should take a ride on the political bus. It's literally a bus where we go to Republican and Democratic headquarters on election night. We watch the results come out. Debate Watch, again, sponsored by Communication and Political Science, where the entire Monmouth campus community is invited to kind of have some fun, get something to eat, watch a presidential debate, and just be a part of the American political culture and history.
That's really cool. I like that they're involving everyone with the bus, and don't forget that the date is the 16th. That's the last day you can register.
That's right.
Do you have any upcoming events with the Political Science Club that students can look forward to participate in, or just go, be a part of?
This Monday, the Polling Institute is Monica Crowley, for who's from Fox News. Wednesday, there is a debate watch, which will be in the club. This is the first presidential debate between Barack Obama and Mitt Romney. That's going to be a big one. And so, essentially, from here until Election Day, there's going to be something going on.
That's awesome. Well, guys, don't forget to register to vote. We are at Rock and Register today. We're going to throw it outside to...
Rock the vote. Don't block the vote.
We're going to throw it to Amanda Duncan. She's going to be performing next. So if you guys haven't seen her before, get ready. She's about to rock the house. So take it away, Amanda.
Thank you.
Hi, how are you? So my name is Amanda Duncan, and I'm not exactly a very, a political figure, if you will, but I totally think you should vote. I'm going to play some songs now. Every night my mama told me be home by supper time. Deep fried chicken and apple pie, that sure would suit me fine. Put on my fancy party dress, comb my hair, can't look a mess. Takes a little longer than you might guess to shine my shoes and go. Don't you feel like dancing? Don't you feel like dancing? Don't you feel like dancing with a girl like me? Do 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 do. I'm at the party shaking what I got, ain't nothing gonna stop me now. The two-step Charleston, get in line, come on, I'll show you how. I'm cutting up a rug with my own 2 feet, swinging my hips, bring it down to the beat. I'm the kind of girl that you like to meet, so take me for a whirl. Don't you feel like dancing? Don't you feel like dancing? Don't you feel like dancing with a girl like me? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Don't you feel like dancing? Don't you feel like dancing? sound. Don't you feel like dancing with a girl like me? Do 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 do. Oh, thank you. Thank you, studio audience. So yeah, you should vote. I'm just gonna say that between every song. Because I know how I was when I was in college. I didn't really necessarily care what happened anywhere other than my life. And then you become older, and then you realize that there's people who can make policies that can totally ruin your life. So you should vote. Okay, I don't know what song to play next, because I'm like that. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to switch instruments. Is everybody who's in this room willing to clap? Okay, great. All right, so this song is called Words That I Say, and I need you to clap during certain parts. It goes like this. Clap, clap. You got it. All right, you getting the signal on that mandolin? Great. Just want to make sure everyone's going to be in the vibe. All right. So I guess in true Jersey fashion, I accidentally run my mouth, what some politicians do, but I'm not a politician, so I guess I'm kind of allowed. Well, they're not. They should be allowed, but sometimes I say really bad things. All right, so here we go. And I'm going to tell you when to start to clap and when to stop. Okay. Why don't you cry about it? 'Cause I hurt you so bad. The words I said gonna hit a nerve and now you're acting all mad. Why don't you talk about it to all your friends? Badmouth me however you like, just 'cause you're on the defense. But now I can see that you don't understand. Offending you wasn't a part of my plan, but just so you know, I just say how it is, and it doesn't get any more honest than this. If you can't stand the heat, then get out of the kitchen, 'cause this girl's about to raise the flame. Yeah, can't do when I turn the fire, and I have a little enough desire to sugarcoat the words that I say. Clap. Oh, ooh. Stop. Why don't you write about it for the whole world to see? Go ahead and cover up your words so people won't know it's me. Why don't you fight about it it's 'cause you can't let it go. Repeat the same thing at least a dozen times before you hit your all-time low. But now I can see that you're falling apart. I didn't really think you'd take it so hard, but just so you know my intentions are pure, and it's obvious that too much to endure. If you can't stand the heat, then get out of the kitchen, 'cause this girl's about to raise the flame. Yeah, can't do when I turn the fire, and I have little enough desire to sugarcoat the words that I say. Clap. Oh. Knock it off, doesn't it get old? Being insecure conversation has become a chore, and how come everything I say gets taken in the wrong way? I've gathered all the strength in me not to fight back and just let it be. Maybe when I'm dead and gone, you'll finally be able to move on. If you can't stand the heat, then get out of the kitchen, 'cause this girl's about to raise the flame. Yeah, can't do when I turn the fire, and I have little enough desire to sugarcoat the words, to sugarcoat the words, to sugarcoat the words that I say. Clap. Almost. What I say, what I say. And I'm gonna end every song with explosions too. Thank you. You guys, hi. I was just telling a new friend who's working at the camera, I was saying how I try not to be too political in life. Well, like in life, yes, I have a lot of opinions, but as a musician, you don't want to, you know, make any enemies because fans are people who make my world go round. So I've said a few things here and there, and people do not take them as jokes, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's it. I'll just joke to myself. I mean, I think I'm hilarious, but... All right, so this next song is called Big Time Superhero. Many people don't know that I'm a big-time superhero. I know that it's kind of hard to believe. Ba-doop, can't go around telling everyone the secret identity. Oh, it's really fun keeping all my tricks hidden up my sleeve. I know you think I'm lying, but honestly I'm trying to make you see. You should never underestimate the power of a little old me. The boys around the block, they're my enemy. They strut around the streets, unafraid of me. Gonna show 'em who's boss once and for all. Now I'm not one to go and start a fight, but roughing up the big boys won't keep me up at night. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. Oh, 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 I know you think I'm lying, but honestly I'm trying to make you see. You should never underestimate the power of a little old me. Excuse me, I have to go and save the world. And it's okay if you think I'm insane, 'cause I don't have time to explain. But I know you'll thank me, I know you'll thank me, I know you'll thank me when you see it on the news. And it's just another day walking in my shoes. I know you think I'm lying, but honestly I'm trying to make you see. You should never underestimate the power of a little old me. Excuse me, I have to go and save the world. And it's okay if you think I'm insane, 'cause I don't have time to explain. But I know you'll thank me, I know you'll thank me, I know you'll thank me when you see it on the news. And it's just another day walking in my shoes. Thank you.
Hi, friend. I don't mean to steal the spotlight, but I gotta squeeze in. I'm always afraid I'm gonna hit you.
No. Be proud of who you are.
But I do just want to remind everybody that we're at Rock and Register in Plangere. Come through. We're grilling outside. We have a whole bunch of food and fun things going on in the lobby. Also, we're being broadcast on WMCX 88.9 FM in West Long Branch. So keep it locked. Watch Amanda do her thing and just keep rocking.
Keep it locked and vote.
Yeah. What she said.
Oh, I'm going to switch instruments. Awkward moment. Hold on. I need like that iPod mix.
watching this must be like, who is this person? I'm really cool, I swear. All right. Would you mind singing a little? I think you should. Oh. This is just stock voices. Oh, yeah, like there's like a button that someone's pushing for that. I'm kidding. All right. So I'm going to teach you this song, and all you have to say is baby, baby, the word baby, baby. Well, that's two. Anyway, one word over and over again. It goes like this. Please, baby, baby, I know, baby, baby, that you, baby, baby, will never see the light of day, dear. And it doesn't matter what I say or what I do. I've got a feeling that I'm getting over you. All right, so this is going to be good. I don't know if the audience on TV is going to be able to hear your vocal in here, but I know they're going to feel it in their hearts. Okay. Here we go. Every time I see your face, I get so confused. You're giving me the run around. It leaves me feeling used. I never thought that I would be the kind of girl to beg and plead, but oh, oh. Are you ready? Please, baby, baby, I know, baby, baby, that you, baby, baby, will never see the light of day, dear. And it doesn't matter, give it to me, what I say or what I do. I've got a feeling that I'm getting over you. I'm tired of all these silly games that you always play. It's like some kind of cat and mouse. I know I am the prey. I never thought that I would be begging for your sympathy, but oh, oh. Please, baby, baby, I know, baby, baby, that you, baby, baby, will never see the light of day, dear. And it doesn't matter what I say or what I do. I've got a feeling that I'm getting over you. Got everybody whistling your tune. When I meet baby, I'm no fool. Next time it's gonna be me to take you by surprise and tell everybody about your life. Well, please, baby, baby, I know, baby, baby, that you, baby, baby, will never see the light of day, dear, baby, baby. And it doesn't matter what I say or what I do. I've got a feeling that I'm getting over Yeah, good singing. Thank you. Someone press that button again. All right. I like being on TV. I don't know about you guys. I mostly wish that there was a green screen behind me so I can have like red, white, and blue cupcakes floating around my head, saying like with little like things that say vote. you should register and vote. You should like care about the country and stuff. That's just that you should care about the country and stuff. That should be like the pin. All right. I don't want to overstay my welcome. So how much time do I have? Someone's on their cool headset asking that. I feel so cool with this, so you know. 12 minutes. You guys have no idea how good this 12 minutes is going to be. Okay. All right. All my songs are so good. I don't really know what to do. All right. So I am coming out with this single. It's kind of risky for me to play it. And it's kind of hard to play. So don't judge. It's still a really good song, even if I mess it up. It's called Everybody Comes Around Here, and I recently, over the summer, shot a music video for it, and I'm pretty sure it was shot on the hottest day of the year. But I had some like blotting me and makeup and everything, so that was also really cool. I didn't have anyone headsets though, not like hair. So this song is kind of a sing-along, so I'm going to tell you how it goes. You have to say, uh-huh, oh yeah, uh-huh. It goes like this. Everybody comes around here, uh-huh, to feel the rhythm and soul. Oh yeah, everybody comes around here, uh-huh, to feel it get out of control. I don't know the words really, but so it's everybody comes around here, uh-huh, to feel the rhythm and soul. Oh yeah, uh-huh. Just sing it in your heart if you can't do it out loud. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. Whoa, oh, whoa, whoa, oh, whoa, whoa, oh, whoa. You hear the music from downtown. Your body starts to move to the unfamiliar sound. Your feet start running towards that song. It may be miles away, but it won't take very long. We'll be waiting for you to arrive. So just come on in, make yourself at home, and now the party comes alive. Yeah, everybody comes around here to feel the rhythm and soul. Everybody comes around here to get out of control, and I know that you've been waiting for the ride. The line's a little long, but you know that you're gonna have a real good time. Whoa, oh, whoa, whoa, oh, whoa, whoa, oh, whoa. How can you go back to that grind? When you start to think about it, you start to lose your mind. But you have to walk out of this door and tie up all the loose ends from the life you had before. We'll be waiting for you to return. So just go ahead, do what you gotta do. And if there's one thing that you've learned, it's that everybody comes around here to feel the rhythm and soul. Everybody comes around here to get out of control. And I know that you've been waiting for the ride. The line's a little long, but you know that you're gonna have a real good time. Oh, and when you're away, that honky-tonk band will play. So don't be taking so long. Knock, knock, knocking on the door. What I tell you, baby, everybody comes around here to feel the rhythm and soul. Everybody comes around here to get out of control. And I know that you've been waiting for the ride. The line's a little long, but you know that you're gonna have a real good time. Whoa, oh, whoa, whoa, oh, whoa, whoa, oh, whoa. Whoa, oh, whoa, whoa, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Thank you. All right. Well, I guess I'll give myself one more song. No more songs. I have 8.5 minutes, so that's 2 more. Is that what you're trying to tell me? Well, this is gonna be the best 8 minutes of your life. Okay. How are my bangs doing? Are they okay? I hate to be superficial, but I'm on TV. Okay. So this song is my hit single. Kind of like Britney Spears' "Hit Me Baby One More Time." I wonder if she enjoys singing that anymore, because I don't know. With this song, I enjoy singing it, but it's I don't know. Do people still like it? Well, most of you don't know this, so you're going to like it anyway. No? Maybe? Okay. So you should vote, and I'm going to sing this song. I hope that this could be the song that I would sing sweetly to you. And then you'd say, I hope you'd stay and sing that oh so lovely tune. And I look at your sweet face, your smile would stab me on the dime, and I feel more than lucky to incline. And when you hear this melody, I want you to know that it's from me, from the bottom of my heart, overflowing to where you are is the love I have for you. $50-cent words cannot explain all the feelings I have for you. No need to pay for words to say for something so deep down and true. So I keep my lyrics simple and I sing them proud and clear in a moment so heartfelt and sincere. And when you hear this melody, I want you to know that it's from me, from the bottom of my heart, overflowing to where you are is the love I have for you. With simple thoughts of you and me, my heart defies gravity, shooting straight up to the moon. Oh, your sweetness, it makes me swoon. And when you hear this melody, I want you to know that I'm constantly falling in love with you. And with every kiss, your lips still feel brand new. I know that I don't have to buy fancy cars or bands of gold, no corny lines or wine and dines in order to have your hand to hold. I know possessions, they don't matter as long as my heart stays pure as gold. Going once, going twice, going 3 times, you'll be so I want you to know that it's from me, from the bottom of my heart, overflowing to where you are is the love I have, is the love I have, whoa, is the love I have for you. Thank you. All right. Remember that time you were going to vote? I have a full confession. I am obsessed with this election. I don't think I've turned off CNN or like, there's a few other channels that I'll say, but some of them are biased. But I think more biased than others. I won't say which ones, though, because that'll make me tell you what I believe, and I shouldn't. If you personally come up to me, I'll tell you, and then I'll hug you and say, please don't hold it against me. Would you hold it against me? Okay, isn't that Britney Spears? I'm pretty sure Kesha wrote that song. Okay, so this song is called Under My Feet, and I hope you like it. I'm going to take a sip of water before I do this because I really need to, like, up the ante. And I have, like, you know, some, like, fall in here. Like, no? Okay. See, I feel like I cannot be, like, in person, like, you guys think I'm kind of okay, but people watching TV, like, I'm probably not as funny. I'm really sorry. This song is a wannabe gospel song, and you'll see why. When I'm facing this way, I'm myself. When I'm facing this way, I'm the gospel choir. Okay. No, I'm not gonna let the grass grow under my feet. I got lots of things to do and people to meet. Standing still is not my style, feeling like a little child. I'm not gonna let the grass grow under my feet. I'm not one to wait and watch the pie, but I can't be sitting here wasting my time. Watching I'm on the move, don't need you to approve. Yes, no, let's go. No, I'm not gonna let the grass grow under my feet. I got lots of things to do and people to meet. Standing still is not my style, feeling like a little child. I'm not gonna let the grass grow under my feet. I can't commit to anything that leaves me empty. Oh, satisfaction is my bottom line. Got nothing more to say, better get out of my way. Yes, no, let's go. It was good while it lasted. No, I'm not gonna let the grass go under my feet. I got lots of things to do and people to meet. Standing still is not my style, feeling like a little child. I'm not gonna let the grass go under my feet. When I was a little girl, the grass grew under your feet. Mama put my hair in curls. The grass grew under your feet. Now I'm grown and I've seen the light. I know how to make things alright. 2, 3, 4. Now I'm gonna let the grass grow under my feet. I got lots of things to do and people to meet. Standing still is not my style, feeling like a little child. I'm not gonna let the grass grow under my feet. No, I'm not gonna let the grass grow under my feet. I got lots of things to do and people to meet. Standing still's not my style, feeling like a little child. I'm not gonna let the grass grow under my feet. Ooh, under my feet. Not under my feet. How under my feet? Bobbing after under my. No, I'm not gonna let the grass grow. Under my Thank you.
I gotta squeeze all up on you. Hope you don't mind.
Oh.
But that was Amanda Duncan. Wow. That's all I have to say about that is wow. So for those who don't know who Amanda Duncan is, give us the lowdown.
She's pretty awesome. And she is a Monmouth Countier, so automatically that should be amazing in most people's books. But no, I've been a singer-songwriter for a long time, and I write my own songs, and that's really where my pride and joy is, and I sing those songs. And yeah, and I just kind of hope that people like me enough to they like me, connect with me in a way where they feel like they can have coffee with me. Does that make sense?
I would have coffee with you.
I would have coffee.
So where can people find your music? I know that you have a video coming out. A couple of us have your songs on our iPods.
Okay, all right. Well, that's good to hear. Good. I noticed that some people were singing along, so and dancing. I wish that could have been filmed because that was amazing. Yeah, I'm on iTunes and I'm on Bandcamp, and there's AmandaDuncan.com, and Facebook, which is facebook.com/AmandaDuncanMusic, which is very exciting. And I'm being signaled that I think we might have to move on, but I want you to like me, and I respond to Twitter and all that stuff. So.
Well, we actually do have a little bit of time, so we're not rushing you off just yet. We want to keep you here for a little bit. But
I shouldn't do your job, huh?
Hey, that's okay. If you want to help me, you're more than welcome. But since this is clearly not your first rodeo with elections, tell us how you feel about the election this year. Are you excited? Are you nervous? Are you afraid people aren't going to vote? How do you feel about it all?
Oh, I was really nervous for a while about what the outcome might be, but I am feeling a little bit better now. And like I said, it's been watching TV and listening to NPR and obsessively watching. I've learned so many things on NPR, guys. Oh my goodness, I know so many unnecessary things. But also things about the election. I feel really happy because I feel like this is one of the first years I'm really an educated voter, and I feel really, really good about that.
Yeah, and that to us is really important, which is why we're at Rock and Register today. So if you're not here, come to Plangere, and right now we're going to send it over to the panel. I believe we're going to Rachel, and she's going to interview some student participants outside. So my mistake on that one, but she'll be outside. So, hi, Rachel.
Hey, everyone. I'm here with Matt. And Matt, why'd you come out today?
Well, I came out to volunteer, help out with HawkTV and stuff, and it's a really good event. I think everybody should really get out there and have their voice heard.
And are you previously registered to vote?
I am registered to vote.
And do you have a particular affiliation that you're for?
In my personal opinion, I'm a registered Republican. Growing up in a Republican house, that's how I just kind of viewed my values, and I kind of just stuck with that party.
And do you have any particular values that you believe should be emphasized in the upcoming election?
I think in the upcoming election, voters need to realize that we need to look at really, really important views. Kind of right now, people kind of look at the candidates as kind of like popularity figures, and they kind of don't look at the important issues. We have an economic crisis going on. The unemployment rate is getting higher every day. We still have troops overseas, and it's just getting worse and worse. And I think people need to really realize the problems that are going on and pick the right candidate.
Thank you so much for joining me. We're going to swing it back into the studio.
And we are here with a final panel today. And in this panel is Dr. Phillips Anderson, Susie Pagano over on the far left, and Sam Maynard right in the middle. And so we're going to talk about some controversies that are going on because a lot of people have brought up some subjects that are a little bit sensitive to others. And one of those is, of course, President Obama's birth certificate. And a lot of people were questioning, and I think the biggest one was probably Donald Trump, was President Obama born in America? There was questions of where he was born. Finally, he showed that he was born in Hawaii. His dad was born in Kenya, but his mom was born in Kansas. He was born in Hawaii. So, guys, since the president took office, is there something about that the American people should be concerned about, whether or not he was born there, or do you think that it should just be based upon the fact that he's shown his proof and that's the end of it?
I think at this point, it's really not an important issue anymore because he's already proven to the American public that he was born in Hawaii, and I think it's just something that the voters should not be worrying about during this election at all.
Yeah, I think it's kind of a diversion from more of the pressing issues that are at hand. I mean, we have an unemployment rate that's, above 8%, and we have voter ID laws that are going to keep people from the polls. I think it's not important.
I think we have an interesting situation, though, where if not a majority, a large percentage of Republican voters still do not believe that Obama was born in the country. And so I think that in a sense makes it an issue, even if it's not a particularly legitimate one. But it's also interesting that we have two candidates for president, neither of whom had fathers who were born in the U.S. And so Romney hasn't wanted to talk about this much. He made the one joke, right, about you don't have to ask, to see where we were born. That was sort of seen as a birth certificate dig. But I don't think he doesn't seem to be that interested in talking about it, but I think it is still driving some of the electorate.
Now, it's a big question as to why you would bring a subject like that up. But why is it that despite the fact that maybe the president has even shown proof and has repeatedly tried to change the subject, that you would keep trying to drill something like this in, despite the fact that it no longer really has any value because it's been disproved?
I think the only reason for that is to create doubt in people's minds, to try to think maybe he's not eligible for this position, maybe he shouldn't be doing that. And I think that would really be the only reason why, is to try to create some kind of, again, doubt in the American public's minds.
Now, what kind of a background check do politicians have to go to make sure that they're representing the right area and they are qualified to represent the area that they are representing, and to make sure that when there's somebody's name appears on the ballot that they are completely qualified to be on there?
Well, that's an interesting question, that there have been some attempts. Arizona passed a law saying that for a candidate to get on the ballot, they have to show a birth certificate. I'm not sure if it said about place of residence, but we've long had questions about places of residence, that Cheney and George W. Bush both lived in Texas, but Cheney claimed his residency as Wyoming because the candidates can't come from the same state. So, I mean, he certainly had a home in Wyoming. George H.W. Bush, for years, listed his state of residence as Texas. That was a hotel room in Houston. Right, he mainly lived in Maine when he wasn't living in Washington. So the idea of that sort of fixed place of residence, of that regional identity, is a construction. And I think with the birth certificate aspect, it's, you know, I think to echo your sentiment, it's a way of casting Obama as other, as different, and just reminding people of that, whether they sort of believe it or not.
Now, on the other side, we had the issue that came up with Mitt Romney's tax returns. Now, they tried to get him to seem like he wasn't paying the proper amount of taxes. And the big thing is that President Obama, he wants to raise taxes for guys like Mitt Romney. That way the middle class can have their taxes lowered in order to help stimulate the economy and make a stronger middle class. Now, they get this going, and in the same way that Mitt Romney showed the tax returns that he asked them to, but yet they still kept drilling it in. Would you say it's a similar situation in that they took this opportunity? Well, if they want to see President Obama's birth certificate, let's make Mitt Romney try to look a little bit bad in the same light, but with something that might hit him more at the core, which would be a guy of his economic stature, his tax returns.
Well, I think the issue is a little bit different. I mean, personally, I think tax returns are fair game in an election, and I think it's more relevant now that there are economic troubles, and there is the issue of the 99% versus the 1%, and making him look out of touch to voters that aren't doing well economically. But it is being used as a tool by the Obama campaign to make him seem out of touch, to make him seem, well, he paid a much lower income tax rate than most Americans pay, at 14.1%, I think it was, in 2011.
So are you saying that it's a lot more appropriate for the Obama administration to ask Mitt Romney for his tax returns than it is for the Romney campaign to ask Obama for his birth certificate?
Well, I think the substance of the tax returns is more relevant, more appropriate in the election. I don't think that the birth certificate really has any real policy value or any relevance in the election. Like, as Professor Phillips Anderson said, many Republicans and many conservatives do believe that he was born outside of the United States, but that doesn't make it a legitimate issue. It just makes it an issue.
Do you think it looks bad for Mitt Romney now that he has denied releasing more tax returns? And do you think maybe this might sway some voters to go back to the other side, that he is a little bit holding back on trying to show what his true numbers may be?
Well, it does seem that if he doesn't want to release those tax returns, that there might be something to hide in them that he might not want the American public to see. That's just my general, I guess, opinion on how I would view that situation.
Well, I think it doesn't help him when he waits so long, but it eventually ends up doing it. I mean, because it was a question for so long, but I think he was, he's just doing an impact calculation here. Whatever is in the tax returns may be a bigger issue and may hurt him more than it would if he just chooses to withhold the information.
And I think he's also run into a bit of a self-inflicted problem here where he recently, before they released it, said, I've paid all my taxes that were legally required and not a penny more, and I don't think you should elect anyone as president who pays more in taxes than they have to. Then in the release we see he paid more in taxes than he had to so he could keep his tax rate at least at 13% or higher.
Yeah, it was that he taxed some of his charitable donations, right? That's right.
And I think he could, if he was a little bolder, I think he could take the tax returns and make them into part of his argument for the tax cuts to say, yes, I paid, instead of saying the percentage of saying, I paid X millions of dollars in taxes. Under my plan, I would pay less, and here's what I could do with that money that would help stimulate the economy. I could invest it in a business that would create this many jobs. Do something to advocate for the policy that's the centerpiece of his campaign.
Yeah, it's kind of like an opportunity wasted.
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on to a different subject that maybe might be a little bit disturbing, but is certainly something that's come up and caused some news to stir. So the idea that the Republicans have been trying to categorize rape, whether it be forcible rape, legitimate rape, or even a method of conception. Do you think that this is going to hurt their chances, and how high do you think people hold comments like this in regard when it comes to looking at a candidate and about their personal moral feelings?
Personally, those comments literally infuriate me as a woman. For somebody to say something like that rape can be a method of conception is just, I think, absolutely ridiculous. And I think that it will alienate a lot of women voters out there because you have to take into account the emotional aspect of that subject. And I don't think that saying such a statement and not really thinking about the repercussions of that is a very smart decision.
As a woman, do you think that the Republicans have been doing a good job of trying to win back some of those female votes?
Personally, not really.
Not really?
No.
I think as the Republican Party keeps making these cases and trying to define what rape is or control, the medical decisions of other people, they continue to alienate a growing base of voters that they will need in the future.
Absolutely. Well, Susie, Sam, Dr. Anderson, guys, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciated the panels today. All the panelists today did such a good job of sharing their views and insight on the expertise that they have. We really appreciate them all coming, and I hope that this was a great way for young voters to be able to learn a little bit more about candidates and issues that are in this current election. I think the panelists really did a great job today. Let's now send it over to Rachel and Gab, who are out at the promotions table outside in the lobby.
Hey guys, welcome back. I'm here with Raquel. So Raquel, tell me why you came out today.
I came here to support HawkTV and to get people excited to vote.
Now, I just registered to vote. Are you registered to vote?
I actually just registered to vote.
Me too. Now, I don't know who I'm going to vote because I'm not really a fan of politics, but do you have any idea of who you're going to vote for?
I believe I'm going to vote for Barack Obama.
Okay, so why Obama?
I just believe in his policies and how he's going to help out America.
Okay, well, good for you for having your own opinion. Now, aside from politics, who was your favorite performer today?
I really liked Amanda Duncan. I just think she's going to go far in life. She writes her own songs. She's just going to be incredible.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. Now, Ray, we're going to send it back to you in the studio.
Okay, so I'm here with the current mayor of Keansburg, George Hoff, and Mayor Hoff was very generous to come in today and talk a little bit about some of the local issues. So, Mayor Hoff, what are some of the local issues that you see come up in this area, especially as a beach community? Do you think that causes different issues to come up that may come up somewhere else?
Well, some of the issues that come up in our local area are mainly property tax and the rise in property tax that we see going on not only throughout municipalities but throughout the county and now throughout the state. In this area around here, the beach communities, you'll see more of the issue of beach access and allowing who owns what property and allowing them onto the beach in certain areas.
That's very interesting. Okay, so you're a local politician. Why do you think it's important for people to care more about the local elections rather than just the national elections or even the state elections for that matter?
Well, first of all, they should care about all the elections, not just the local elections. If they want to be involved in what takes place in their town and have a say in what takes place in their town, where their tax dollars go, then they should be more involved in the local elections. If they want to be more involved in how the county spends their money and things that are going on in the county, then they should be more involved in making sure they vote for the county freeholders, and then making sure they come out and vote for our state assembly and our state senates. And then on the national level, all the issues that are involved, they should be aware of the issues and vote with their heart for the best candidate.
Now, you can have your say in who is elected when you vote, but what's maybe a different voice that you can have heard on a local level that maybe you would have more trouble getting up to a state level or the national level?
Well, the meetings are more prevalent for a person to attend a local election, or excuse me, a local meeting, a borough meeting, a town hall meeting, things of that nature, and they can voice their opinion on an issue that they have. In order to voice your opinion to a senator, you have to write a letter or visit that, or a congressman, you have to write a letter or visit that congressman to be able to get that issue addressed. On a local level, you go to a town hall meeting and you address your level to the council or the administration.
What makes you want to be involved in your local town?
Just that. I wanted to be involved. I wanted to be able to help with the issues that were involved in our town at the time.
Okay, so now let's say you're a student here, whether you live in Monmouth County or not. What do you think that is something they should do in order to get involved? What's maybe a first step that a young person can take?
Well, first step is actually if you're eligible to vote, register to vote, and then you can have a say in what goes on. You can have a say anyway, but you have more of a say when you vote, because if you don't like the person that is representing you, you vote that person out of office. Get involved in Rock and Register, get involved in local politics, maybe volunteer at either a Democratic assembly or a Republican assembly, and get to know what's going on in the area.
Okay, so now that you're here, and now that the students are here and they have registered to vote, they go ahead and vote, and they have their voices heard in this election. But I think one interesting thing is they can actually get involved in the politics themselves on a local level at a much younger age than you can on a state or national level. Do you think that's an important thing, that if you really feel that strongly about politics, they should get involved right now?
Absolutely. At the college level, you can be on the student council. For a local town, the municipality, all you need to be is 18 years of age. There's no other requirements, and live in the town that you're running for. That's the only other requirement.
Well, I thank you so much for joining us today.
It's
I really appreciate your time. Now we're going to send it back out to the promo table so they can do something very interesting out there.
Hey guys, we just want to say thank you so much for coming out today. We really appreciate it, and we hope you had as much fun as we did.
I know I did. I registered to vote. I wasn't registered to vote since obviously at all, but I had a good time doing it. I know we got a bunch of people come out today, and they really enjoyed the performances that went on today.
And people definitely took advantage of the apple pie and the hot dogs. I know I did.
That was my favorite part.
Of course. We also have some great merchandise here too.
Yeah, well, now HawkTV and WMCX have done a great job today, I think, putting this whole thing together. This may look a lot more difficult than it is, and I think that everybody, Kate especially, did a great job putting this all together.
And we just wanted to say thank you once again for coming out and having a ball.
Now, we have some people over here registering to vote, so I'm going to grab one of them and ask them who their favorite performer was. Can one of you guys come? Come. All right, Jude. All right. We have, what's your name?
Michael.
All right, Michael. You watched the performances today. Who was your favorite performer? We had Amanda, Justin.
Oh, Amanda. She was great. She was great.
What did you like best about her?
Her guitar playing and singing was amazing.
Yeah.
I think it's really good to have people who are musically talented.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. Thank you so much. Now, Reach.
We're going to swing it back into the studio. Once again, thank you guys so much.
Okay, well, we are here with Dr. Charles Carton, who is not only a professor here, but he is also a very big expert on international relations and international policy. So, Dr. Cotton, let's talk about the Middle East. In the last month, there have been attacks on multiple U.S. embassies in the Middle East, and the U.S. ambassador in Libya, Chris Stevens, and 3 of his colleagues were even killed. So not even a week later, we saw the death of multiple U.S. soldiers in Afghanistan. How do you think these attacks have up to this point and will continue to impact the election here in the States?
That's a very good question. I think that as it relates to the 2 different political parties, the Democrats are still playing off the Obama, Freudian slip there. The Osama killing back in May of 2011. We heard that slogan a lot at the convention. General Motors is alive, Osama bin Laden is dead. So I think that's still playing heavily in the minds of a lot of Americans. And I think, Romney kind of in the wake of the Stevens at the embassy in Libya, with Romney kind of going on the offensive against Obama, I think he wasn't expecting that response, and I think ultimately that also hurt him a little bit because he didn't. Although critics are saying that Obama wasn't showing sensitivity, I think Romney was not held in the most brightest of lights at the same time. So it'll be interesting to see. People are getting fed up with troops overseas, as we know, and especially when money can be spent elsewhere to help social welfare programs here in the United States. So, and Obama's been supportive in pulling troops out. So, we'll have to see how.
Do you think that because that people want the troops out of Afghanistan, and Obama has been a very big supporter and has continued to do so throughout his administration, do you think that will play to his advantage?
I think so. I think also, Obama's credibility overseas as well with our allies. Romney came into a little bit of trouble in London recently, right before the Olympics. And I think people overseas, especially our allies in Western Europe, sympathize with Barack Obama more. They see him held with more optimism as far as resolving issues, particularly in the Middle East, even though it's kind of problematic at the moment with the crisis, especially going on in Syria.
Well, while we're on the topic of the Middle East, we see a lot of tension between Israel and Iran. Israel's Prime Minister Netanyahu has implied that Israel would attack Iran's uranium enrichment facilities and that it was thought to happen in October sometime, before the election. But Netanyahu spoke at the UN, and now it seems that Israel will not attack if Iran crosses a certain limit while enriching uranium to weapons-grade material. We don't know for sure if the attack's going to happen or not, but can you talk about how the conflict might impact the election?
I don't think we can ignore Netanyahu's timing of the whole thing here. As it corresponds to the election, I definitely think he's kind of doing a little bit of his own campaigning towards the American Jewish population and trying to get votes there. Historically speaking, Jewish voters have voted Democrat, and so pulling them away from the Democratic base is going to be difficult. Netanyahu's whatever his name is, he sits on the right, and Barack Obama is obviously is a left-leaning president. So their ability to get together on particular issues may be trouble. There might be some trouble there because they don't sit on the same side of the political spectrum. I mean, there's been hints that they really don't get along, and perhaps again, the Israeli Prime Minister, perhaps he would prefer Romney or a Republican in office because he might see. I mean, Israel can't go into the Iran affair unilaterally. They're going to need U.S. support, and so maybe perhaps he wants a Republican in office to help him do that. Who knows?
Let's transition to something that's a little bit closer to home. One long-standing problem in America has been over border control. And how to let or not let immigrants cross our southern border. Do you see this as being an important topic in the upcoming presidential elections?
Well, I think once Romney said at the GOP primary debate in January that self-deportation was the answer, I think he kind of shot himself in the foot there, and he's, I think, still bleeding from that. He's not going to get over 25% of the Latino vote. George W. Bush was able to get nearly 40%. McCain was able to fare a little bit better, but Romney has just shown no sympathy towards Latino voters in this election, and I think that's really going to, move perhaps a significant block of voters towards the Democratic side.
Well, Dr. Cotton, thanks so much for joining us today and sharing your expertise on international policies. Now, Alyssa, where are we going next?
We're going to head over to the music set, and we're going to see a special performance that a couple of our performers have jumped in on, and there's a little surprise coming in at the end. So take it away, guys.
This land is your land, this land is my land, from California to to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. As I was walking that ribbon of highway, I saw above me the endless skyway, and I saw below me that golden valley. Yeah, this land was made for you and me.
How long is your land? This land is my land.
From California to the New York Islands, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me.
I've roamed and rambled, and I followed my footsteps to the sparkling sands of her diamond deserts, and all around me a voice was sounding. This land was made for you and me.
This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me.
When the sun came shining and I was strolling and the wheat fields waving, dust clouds rolling and the fog was lifting and a voice was chanting, this land was made for you and me.
And as I went walking, I saw a sign there, and on the sign it said no trespassing, but on the other side it didn't say nothing. That side was made for you and me.
Everybody, this land is your land, this land is my land.
From California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me.
In the shadow of the steeple, I saw my people. By the relief office, I seen my people as they stood there hungry. I stood there asking, is this land made for you and me?
Nobody living can never stop me as I go walking that freedom highway. Nobody living can ever make me turn back. This land was made for you and me.
All right, everybody, this land is your land, and this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, and from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream water. This land was made for you and me. One more time. This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream water. This land was made for you and me. This land was made for you and me.
Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. Well, thank you everybody so much for coming out to our event today. And at the end of the day, really the only thing you can hope for is two things. One, that you register to vote. I mean, that's obviously the most important one. But two, but now that you are registered to vote, that you know what you're voting about. And I think that it's so much more important not just to vote, but to also know what you're voting about. Because if you want something bad enough, you got to know how to get it. And being an educated voter is the way to get it. Right, Alyssa?
I totally agree with that, and I do want to thank all the listeners out there that are listening to WMCX. We love you. Thanks for the support. I'm glad you guys are listening. I hope you all registered, because if not, we're going to be really mad at you. But I hope you did all register.
There's more people registered now than there were before the event started.
That's awesome. So thank you, listeners. A big shout out to you guys. So I mean, I'm happy. The performers are great. This was a great day. I hope you guys really enjoyed the event.
Well, let's thank, of course, our executive producer, Kate Nawoyski, our associate producer, Katie Meyer, our production director, Andy Schmid, our talent coordinators, Ashley Pacifico and Olivia Caruso, our director, Chris Down, our assistant director, Tara Cooney, our technical director, Nick Dolphin, our floor manager, Aaron Goldner, our camera operators, Alexa DeRosa, Jamie Shea, Ryan Bowler, Belinda Rayo, and Brian Hedges, our field camera operator, Gina Sarah, our utility and operators, Noel Manning, Christina Capalbo, Amanda Glatz, Mike DiParadino, Taryn Cortese, Tara Cianconi, and Brian Bowler. Our audio engineers, Chris Cavallero and Diego Alessandro. Our audio assistants, Maggie News. Our lighting designers, Nick Dolphin and Andy Schmid. Stage manager, Diego Alessandro. And our promotion, registration, and audience wranglers, Rachel Gamuglia, Gab DeCunto, and Belinda Rayo.
We also want to thank Gina Sarah, Eric Brewer, Raquel Warheim, Ashley Sarek, Nick Garcia, Jackie Van Wagner, Alexa Berger, and Jackie DePascal. The editors, Kate and Andy, of course, we can't forget about them. The performers, Amanda Duncan, Justin Engel, and Natalie Zeller. The hosts, the wonderful Ray Bogan and Alyssa Busseri. Well, we got to plug that in there somewhere. The panel discussion on clean energy, Dylan Maynard, Sam Maynard, and Michael Hamilton. The panel discussion with Hot Topics, Professor Gregory Bortleton and Liz Anderson. The panel discussion on controversies, Dr. Michael Phillips Anderson and Susie Pagano. The interviews, Claire French, Joseph Patton, and Charles Cotton. And our hot dog grillers, Nash Wiener and Matt Cox. And of course, we can't forget the advisors, Eric Reicher, Donna Dolphin, Chris Cavallero, and Aaron Ferguson. Thank you, guys.
Thank you all so much for joining us. Have a great day.